Cave diving is a world of wonders, but also of whispers. Dark water, narrow passages, and one simple rule: never lose the line. But in 1984, one diver did, and what followed was a mystery that haunted search teams for over a month. This is the true story of Pieter Verhulsel and the tragic Sterkfontein cave incident. It began on September 29th, 1984 in South Africa, in a region known for ancient fossils, untouched caverns, and hidden lakes. Three friends were preparing for a dive they'd planned for weeks. Nuno Gomes, one of the world's premier cave divers, Malcolm Keeping, his close friend and dry caver, and Pieter Verhulsel, an experienced caver with a deep fascination for the underground unknown. The location, Milner Hall, an unmapped section of the Sterkfontein cave system. Nuno's mission was precise: lay a permanent guideline, an underwater rope that dangers one path only: out. The dive only needed to cover 396 feet from the lake entrance, through a narrow squeeze, to a small air pocket that few, if any, had ever reached. Nuno had already done it before. Twice. Nothing about the layout surprised him. Everything was in place. The line, the tanks, the watches, even surface support. A veteran's dream setup. As Nuno slipped beneath the surface, the water quickly swallowed him in silence. Each meter forward brought ancient walls into view. Walls untouched for millions of years. Minutes passed. Then, success. Guideline placed. Air pocket reached. Pieter and Malcolm joined him, surfacing into a space barely 10 feet long and 3 feet wide. Just enough to breathe and laugh and dream. In that quiet little room, they spoke of history, how they might be the first humans ever to stand there. It was a moment of discovery few ever experience. None of them knew. It would also be their last moment together. On their way back, Nuno led the group, but just as they neared the tight exit squeeze, something was wrong. Malcolm tugged his fin, signaling. Pieter was no longer behind them. Nuno doubled back and saw it. A flicker of light off the main path. Pieter had wandered down a side tunnel, maybe just a peek, a curious detour, harmless, until it wasn't. Nuno tapped him. Come back. They regrouped and continued. But in the very next turn, Pieter vanished again, this time for good. At first, they thought Pieter had surfaced on his own. Surely he'd taken the alternate exit and was waiting outside. He wasn't. That moment, when expected relief never comes, is when panic takes root. For the next 4 hours, Nuno and Malcolm searched. Tunnels, crevices, side passages. Each trip kicked up more silt, blinding the water. They were running low on air. Still, no sign of Pieter. Eventually, they surfaced, hearts racing, and made the call. Pieter was still alive. After losing the main line, he drifted, trying blindly to locate his path. To navigate in a flooded cave is to swim in a minefield in total darkness. You don't just go forward, you go up, down, left, right, vertical, diagonal, spinning. He found an air pocket. Salvation, but no direction home, shining his light into the water, banging his tank against the rock. He waited and waited. Pieter followed the one rule every trained diver knows. If you have unlimited air, don't move. Don't panic. Wait. He had breathable air, water from condensation, but no food, no way to track time. And worst of all, no updates. In the complete absence of light and sound, the human mind starts to unravel. Back outside, the search was hindered by inexperience. The fire brigade had no cave diving expertise. Police arrived, but quickly deemed it a body recovery, not a rescue. The cave was sealed for a week. That week, Pieter was still alive, shrinking, weakening, barely hanging on. Diving resumed after day 7. No trace found. No diver reached the chamber. But, heartbreakingly, one came within 100 feet. Inside the air pocket, Pieter's world was collapsing. He hallucinated. He explored nearby passages in total darkness, with no promise he'd make it back. He lost weight rapidly. His beard grew longer. His muscles began to break themselves down for energy. Some psychologists call this level of isolation a form of mental torture. Imagine being trapped in an endless night. No clock, no voice, no noise, just your own breathing. And the haunting thought, they've stopped looking for me. After 6 long weeks, the police called off all searches. That was when the dry caves reopened, and civilian cavers took charge. Nuno Gomes went back. He had to. Within hours, a breakthrough, a newly discovered connection between the dry and wet systems. Then, footprints. And finally, Pieter. He was lying face up, next to the edge of the water, gaunt, silent, gone. His tank nearly full. His body 44 pounds lighter. Beside him was one final message written in mud. I love you, Churl and Ma. The final truth and what could have been an autopsy confirmed what no one wanted to believe. Pieter Verhulsel had not drowned. He had starved to death, in reach of the exit. One diver surfaced close enough that if Pieter had screamed, he might have heard. But he didn't. And for Pieter, rescue never came. Despite the horror, Nuno Gomes kept diving, breaking records, writing books, trying to make sense of the places we choose to explore, and the people we sometimes leave behind. Pieter Verhulsel's story is not just a cautionary tale, it's a tribute, a reminder that courage isn't just about exploring darkness, it's about surviving it.